morning, everyone. I'm Yadira Nova Salcedo. Welcome to Centro. Happy to have you with us. This coming Wednesday, September 5th, will be exactly a year from the official termination of program, Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, better known as DACA, an American immigration policy that allows some individuals who were brought here to the U.S. illegally as children to receive a renewable 2-year period of deferred action from deportation and become eligible for a work permit. Today, we want to give you an update on this important program which affects so many people, not just nationwide, but locally as well. To help us do that, with us this morning is Marian Davis, Communications Director for the nonprofit, nonpartisan organization Mira Coalition. Good morning, Marian. How are you?
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank
you know, throughout the years, we see each other. I see you working in the community, and I could have sworn, Marian, that you had been here to Centro. This is your first time.
This is my first time.
How does it feel?
Good, finally.
Finally. So this is very important because this coming Wednesday, it's going to mark exactly a year after the termination, right? Yeah. But it's not really terminated. Talk to us a little bit about that.
So on September 5th last year, the president declared that within 6 months, DACA would end. And what was going to happen was that then after that, any people whose permits were still who were still valid would be valid until they ended, but then there would be no more renewals, nothing. Okay. And he said that he would give them 6 months basically for Congress to act and solve the problem.
But so that hasn't taken place.
But Congress has done nothing, okay. Despite many attempts, but there's been a lot of infighting, and they turned it into a big thing of holding the kids hostage. So we'll give you DACA, we'll give you a solution for DACA if you give us the wall and if you also end family migration and all sorts of things. So it was simply unsolvable. But in the meantime, there have been a whole bunch of lawsuits, okay. And there have been 3 lawsuits, 2 of them one in New York, in California, and then in the District of Columbia, where judges have said that new application, that renewals for DACA need to continue.
Okay, have they continued though? The renewals have continued, just no new applications have been submitted?
Right, no new applications. Okay. So in 3 of the cases, California, in 2 of the cases, California and New York, it was just, renewals must continue. In the District of Columbia, actually the judge said, you also need to take new applications, but he gave the government 90 days to explain why they shouldn't.
Okay.
And then...
And what happened there?
And then what happened, the 3 months was in July.
Yes.
And then they decided to actually stay the order again, mostly because there's a conflicting lawsuit in Texas where they're actually trying to shut the whole thing down and say it's unconstitutional, and they have a very sympathetic judge in Texas.
Okay, for viewers who are watching us and they don't really understand, in the intro we did explain a little bit of what DACA is, but what exactly is DACA?
So DACA is this program where, for years there has been a lot of sympathy for people who came to the United States as kids, who've grown up here their entire lives in many cases. Some have come, I met a girl the other day who was 1 year old. And she has a younger sister who was born in the United States, but she came when she was 1 year old, and she told me her entire life she has watched her sister just have much more opportunities in life and everything just because of
that 1 year difference.
Yes, even though they've both essentially grown up as American girls.
Okay.
So basically, so it was decided, the Obama administration decided to give these young people an opportunity to just get work permits, come out of the shadows.
Because they themselves didn't necessarily violate any laws. For instance, we can say maybe their parents did, but they had no choice. They were kids, right?
Well, I think that's not a distinction that I really want to make, and I think that a lot of the kids find that problematic, because a lot of them say, my parents were the actual dreamers. They dreamed that I should have a better future, so I'll come. And then there are also some dreamers who came as late as 15 years old.
They were searching for a better life.
Right. So I think it's not a matter of they had no choice. It's just they've been in the United States since they were kids. They feel American. They speak English. They have American culture. They think of this as their home, and they wanted to give them a chance.
So so this coming Wednesday, again, the 1 year mark. What do you think? Is there anything going to happen?
Well, I think we really are watching what's going on with these lawsuits, and I think one of the biggest concerns is that the judge in Texas could come back and order all renewals to stop, in which case this gets expedited to the Supreme Court. But we expect that either way, this case is going to end up in the Supreme Court this term.
Okay, thank you so much, Marian, and keep doing the great work that you guys do.
Thank you.
Okay. For the latest information on DACA, you can call Mira at 617-350-5480. You can also get a direct link to the Mira Coalition website and their social media pages, visiting us online at cbsboston.com/centro. There you can get more information on today's show and our past shows. You can watch the English version and the Spanish version of Centro right there. We also want to invite you to connect with us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And before we leave, I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to the Dominican Festival of Rhode Island 2018, where I was recently serving as one of the Grand Marshals. Thanks to Quisqueya in Action, the organization which has been coordinating this wonderful event for the last 31 years. The festival and parade celebrates Dominican culture and traditions. We had such a great time. It was truly an honor for me. And that will do it for this edition of Centro. I'm Yadira Nova Salcedo, inviting you to step forward to a better you. See you next week.